What's going on, guys? How
we
are
are
we?
back. Let's
We
go.
are back. Welcome back to the Dean and Skree show. How we going, Skree? How are you, my man?
I'm doing good, man. Excited for this episode. We're going to be talking toys. I cannot wait. How you doing, man? How you doing?
The thing we love the most. Toys. Yeah, man. It's been what? It's been about 5.5 weeks now since we were last on.
And in Dean and Skree years, that's like 6 months, okay, man. So that's a long time, dude. That's a long time. So I'm excited to be back. So yeah.
Winter has started. So here in Australia. So let's crack in. We've got two awesome guests joining us who just love this toy hobby, this plastic crack that we all enjoy. So we won't hang around too long. Let's just get them in, and we'll start with Dan from Insane in the Toy Brain. How are you, my man? How you going?
Dan.
Good, man. Good. How about yourself, fellas?
Welcome to the show. Yeah, we're good, man.
Thanks for having me.
That's all right. Hope you got lots of toys to show.
What?
He's like, what toys?
These things. Just a few, man.
Nice. And the next guest is actually our first ever guest we had on the channel. It is Nate, the Retro Tinker. You all know him. There he is.
Nice.
How you going, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, man. Really, really good. Really excited for this episode. I've been cracking on talking about it, doing it for a good while. So yeah, something close to my heart. So yeah, let's get into toys talking. Skree.
Yep.
What's happening? What's been happening in your time? Just quick recap.
Just quick recap, man. I've just been chilling, relaxing. I've been a little bit sick, so I've been on the mend. So I'm excited to get back into sort of toy hunting again and just doing the daily op shopping. So that's been fun.
Nice.
Finding some goodies there. Yeah, so it's been really cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
I do not get out to op shops as much as I want, and I put it on my list the other day. I was like, I've got to get out at least one a week just to
you have to
find something. So
I try to do it. I try to do it once a weekend, every weekend. Just get out there.
It just gets so jam packed with everything else.
Yeah.
Dan, what's going on, man? What's been happening?
Not much, man. Not much really. Like I've been crook too. Also, like our family's been crook. You know, it's like having young kids. One gets it, week later another gets it, week later another gets it. So got to go to the film, like the cinemas the other day, see a movie with my little one, her first ever movie, Lilo and Stitch. So that was pretty cool. A little event we had. So
yeah, that's cool.
Other than that, just man, I haven't seen the original. Obviously, you know, Dan doesn't watch fucking movies.
Eyes wide open to it.
Yeah, wow.
But I liked it. Well, it's not my generation. Like that's when I was like a teenager, so I didn't really catch up with those cartoons really. So I've seen it in the background.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything against that because I only watched the cartoon about a month before they announced the live trailer, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." I'll watch the cartoon.
I enjoyed it, but it was a good movie. They done it well.
Nice. And Nate, how you been, buddy?
Yeah, I've been good. I've been busy. I've been redoing my toy room a bit. We were given some cabinets by some friends who were moving away. Some plain shelves. So I've got 2 extra shelves off to my right here, and I was going to put them in the space behind me there. I didn't have shelves there. They looked awful because they were these big white things. So my wife very generously sacrificed a couple of these couple of old DVD shelves out of her craft room so that I could get more stuff in here. And I'm still working on it, but I've got nearly everything out of tubs and on display, except for I've got parts and stuff. They're all in tubs. But yeah, for the most part, I've probably got at least 80% of them are now out on shelves. And nice. I'll tweak it as I go and everything. So it's pretty cool.
That would feel so good.
I was challenged by my mate Adam to do a toy room tour when I'm done. Yes. So I suppose I'll have to do it. Mine's not the most aesthetic collection room. It's pretty. It's just kind of jam packed. But yeah. So I suppose I better do that when it's done.
What you
I'll
like?
have to use a bit of movie magic though and move my storage tubs out of the room for the video.
That's like exactly what I did on the weekend. I changed out, but opposite. I changed out 2 brown cabinets, gave one to my wife who wanted more bookcase space, and swapped them for white ones. So, dang.
Nice.
Actually, right now, I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of crap that I haven't put back on the shelves. And it's all just like perfectly hidden outside what you can see.
Yeah. Last night I was filming because to save space, I've decided to open up a bunch of toys that I just had in the tubs in their packets. So last night I filmed me opening up all my Mutant Mayhem turtles, and I had this big mound of the empty shells on the floor.
No!
I just filled up a garbage bag and took them up to the recycle bin today. So that'll probably come out sometime in the next few days.
They're decent figure, those Mutant Mayhem ones. I did take one off card. Like I bought one for a custom. They're cool.
Yeah, I quite liked the look of them on card, but I'm glad I've finally opened them up because then you get to you actually see all of the detail. So
because they have that card back. It's like an odd card back. It's like a slanted sort of. I do like the card back on them. Yeah, there it is.
They look fantastic on card. Just like that purple bubble. Just really.
I have to say, Nate, I've been thinking about it as well. I've been opening a lot of Star Wars, about like 3, 4, 5 each weekend, and I'm still staring at this tub of Star Wars, going, "Why aren't you getting smaller?"
I've got I've basically got all the retro collection Star Wars figures. I've still got them all on card. I didn't get bothered with like the re-release figures, but all the ones that were original figures, I've got them. So I'll probably have to do those over a couple of videos. I'm going to open them all up and get them on the shelves. They're no good sitting up in a tub.
Let them breathe.
Can't see them, can't enjoy them. So let's just let's say hi to a couple of people. So Dino from Geek Strong, he says,
"Hey Dino,
driving to the gym, no doubt. Thank you for jumping in, mate." We got Shanko.
Yo, Shanko.
How are you, buddy? Phil from Japan, Treasures from Triggers.
Phil.
Toys. He loves it. Who doesn't?
Dance.
We've got my mum. How we going, mum? Thank you for jumping in.
Hello.
Matt from Keep On Collecting.
Yo,
Matt. Dan and Nat. Kiri's here. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
How we going? Thank you for jumping in. A few people saying hello. Scotty Crusher's around.
Man, Scott.
Yeah. Another one. Everyone loves their toys. We've got Action Picture. What's going on, guys? How are you? Thank you for joining.
Brother from Canada.
Talking toys.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. This is high praise, but thank you. The best live on YouTube.
It's a true fact. Just say it. It's okay.
Yeah. It's been said.
It's been said. It's in a comment. It's real.
It's a retro tweaker. Hey guys from Zombie Hunter, how are you?
Thanks
Zombie
as well. Man, got a few people. You know, they're here to see toys and not listen to us yammer on.
Yeah. So, not for beardy weirdos.
We are.
It's a bit of both. It's okay. It's a good mix.
I'm just safe, so it's all good. But let's crack on with one of our special guests. We'll start with you, Nate. We'll just chat with you. So we'll start with you. What sort of pickups or something from your collection, or just something cool to show, man?
I had this turn up last Friday when I saw it online. I could not buy it. It's Lemmy from Motorhead. I don't know if we got any Motorhead fans here, but he's a Motorhead figure.
Cool card art.
Unfortunately, the bloody Amazon crammed it into a box that it was way too small.
Put some weight on it.
I'm gonna open it anyway. But yeah, he's pretty awesome. I just saw that and I'm like, I have to have that. So,
that is cool.
That is awesome, man.
So is that the lead? Sorry,
flip it around.
Yeah, mate. Just a,
Well, that's cool.
yeah.
Nice.
It was just made by Super 7. So yeah, so next time if I'm getting something off Super 7, I think I'll just buy it directly from them.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
done, though.
well, Amazon are renowned for that, man. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky so far. So this is the first time I've had this issue. But,
Yeah.
Nice. Good stuff, man.
That is a cool
Thank you,
figure.
buddy.
All
Appreciate
right.
the comments.
So that's injected, like that's not like a custom or anything like that. It's made by Super 7, so it's like injected plastic.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
How many other are they
like-
doing any more bands like groups or?
I think they will. That's part of their whole shtick is that like they all your little 5 POA like your Star Wars figures. They've got those in like heaps of different bands. I saw the other night. There's just like Jack White and something else, and they just keep churning out like all these other stuff like that. It's not your regular licenses or anything like that. But I've also. Yeah, I bought some of the. I did a review video last week on the Reaction Plus GI Joes that I got.
Mhm.
So, so I've got Wild Bill here.
Oh wow!
These were pretty cool.
And these,
Man, that's one of the
yeah,
nicest
they're perfect.
you've seen. That's cool.
Yeah, I literally cannot fault these figures. They're exactly as good, if not better, than the original GI Joes. And you have like Snake Eyes here, and he looks exactly like he does in the cartoon.
Yeah,
wow, that's cool.
Is the feeling of them
Yeah.
feel like a GI Joe, like an OG one, or
Yeah, exactly. Like it's uncanny. Yeah, like they don't have
Reaction does the turtles too, and they look terrible. I'm pretty sure, but they look really good.
Oh yeah, the little 5
They
the
just stand
5
too
point.
straight.
Yeah, the little 5 POA ones, and I
Yeah.
do want some of them actually because
You like
I
them?
I lost it?
I found this little
Oh, that's cool.
turtle wagon at a local op shop, and they'd be the perfect scale for it.
What's
I
that
love
from?
wagon. What series
Yeah.
is that from?
Yeah, what year is that?
I think it's
2013 or
2015. This one is.
Wow.
Yeah. And
It looks built for a very, very young audience, even though
it
it's
is.
guns.
It's for little kids, but it's got like it's supposed to shoot discs out the top. They're missing, and it's still got like the little side door here that opens up. I was like, a couple of that scale turtle would be perfect for this.
It would, yeah.
It would be, yeah.
Or you chuck those little grabby ones in, the vintage ones.
Yeah.
Chuck those little in there.
Yeah, I've got a string of about probably 18, 20 of them.
I remember saying that.
Yeah.
I think they're in my party wagon, actually.
Yeah. Well, here's the other little Cobra Commander that.
They done a great job on them.
Yeah.
They've only got about, I think, 8 or 10 of the Reaction Plus figures so far, but I'm really hoping they keep going with them because like these are awesome. Because they did a bunch of GI Joe characters in the 5 POA, and they look great, and they were really good for people who like, particularly in the UK, that had the original Action Force that. The Action Force started at 5 POA, and then it got the GI Joe figures like these style of O-ring figures. The Space Commander calls them the Bendies. They got the Bendies, but they were still Action Force. But you're getting those characters that they really liked in the 5 POA now, which is something that he really likes, and I quite like 5 POA figures in general. I think it's just
it's the OG, isn't it?
One of the early lines I knew I really wanted to collect was the Star Wars, like the original Star Wars stuff. So anything that's like just small and 5 POA just kind of just makes me think of that era of toys.
Well, Matt's saying that Reaction did well with the G.I. Joe line. Some others are subject, and I think are subpar.
Yeah.
He's saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true. I just want to go back up and say hi to Julhu.
Hey, Jill.
How you going? Thank you for jumping in.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're a little bit behind there. Just going back to that Motorhead. Is the card back the same as the album cover? I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
Like
From memory.
that's cool.
Phil's just saying so cool. Of course. Loves his Joes.
Yeah.
Gen X Kid,
I'd
thank you for jumping in, mate. He's a
Yeah,
5
man.
POA lover as well, so 5 POA forever. That'd be good on a shirt.
Yeah.
Because only like true collectors will know what's going on.
Yeah. I really liked. They got a lot of flack from certain people for making these cold Slither figures. A bunch of bad guys form a band, and it's only in one episode that they're on, and they made them. But just like, look how cool it is. I hadn't even seen the episode, and I knew I wanted this awesome little glam rock dude on my G.I. Joe shelf. So yeah, I hope they do the rest of them. That would be really cool.
You've got him.
You've
got him
Zay's was
posed awesomely too.
come with a drum kit because
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So, little question for people who don't know. POA, what does that stand for?
Points of articulation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I totally knew that. I was just asking for people who didn't know. Okay?
Just for the
saying.
people that don't.
Yeah, just for people who didn't know. Yeah. Okay.
Skree only knows POI, person of interest.
That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah. You got these days. If you got five points of articulation, you've got more articulation than me.
Love it.
Let's keep it going. That was fantastic. Dan the man, you've gone big. You know what that means.
All right. So I'm gonna go for one. This is my first one. And before I say this, I love bootlegs. All right. They just crack me up. They It's cool to see a company try, and I love seeing a company rip a big company too. It's kind of funny. So I was gifted this one by a certain dude up the top there, or wherever he is on other people's screens, Skree. And so it's a this glare. So it's a Michelangelo bootleg. But what's interesting, like obviously with most bootlegs, they just do a front cover, a figure. It's normally pretty shitty looking. But this figure's actually holds up to look like a decent bootleg. But they've also done the back of the card too.
The full card, yeah.
You know,
so cool.
I don't know. The weapon must have maybe fell out, but he must have a nunchuck, or they didn't have a weapon. I'm not too sure. So sorry, Skree, if there was a weapon, I lost it.
I don't think there was one. I can't remember.
I don't think there was one because the bubble was off, kind of. But yeah, how good is that? Like they put in this effort, you know, and actually did a card back to it. But
is it Hero Turtles or Ninja? And is it in English?
No, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then it even has Heroes in Half Shell, and it's the new one that says new.
The new. Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love about that card back? Do you know what I love about that card back? The fact that it's not AI generated. It's literally they would have had to steal that from images to create it. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't sort of just generated. They had to actually take actual images and make their own card back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
you can see like the turtles are drawn a bit sketchy, aren't they?
Like the front of it looks like they've pretty much put the turtle card back into AI and then said dull the quality down by 20 times. You know, just like, but it pops. You know, so definitely cool.
That is
I
so
love
cool.
this bootleg.
Not sure if it's been the M on the belt.
Yes, got the M on the belt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, so it had like a rectangle bit, so I'd say it might have had one nunchuck. They do have nunchucks on, like they've got weapons on the back, obviously.
Because I've got the Raphael one of that, but I don't have the bubbles. Just so I couldn't tell you if it had weapons or not. But how cool is that?
Yeah, this one's hanging on for dear life. It has got 2 staples in it, but still don't know. They might have that staple from
Yeah.
Ken.
How they might have come.
Yeah, what it came with it, yeah.
Crusher's saying it's a quality booty there, Dan.
It is, man. And I have seen this
I think
bootleg
so.
loose a couple of times, but I've never picked it up. But yeah, cheers, Skree. Definitely
Oh, good, man.
appreciate it, man. It's up proudly in the collection.
And
So-
Jules saying very cool, Dan. She's a big turtle.
Thanks. Thank you.
We'll just say hi to Fast Noodle. How you
Hey,
going,
Fast
buddy?
Noodle.
Hope you are doing well, buddy. Thank you for jumping on. Everyone else is just saying hi to Fast Noodles. So yeah,
Nice.
all right, good start. You want to go again, or we'll put Skree in?
What can
No
I do?
pressure.
What can I do?
Action picture.
Give
picture
Skree a go. Now give
yeah,
give
that's a
Skree.
great pickup. Definitely great gift.
Great gift. Yeah,
Great
so that's
gift.
from my man Skree. This fella.
This fella.
This
Well,
fella.
Let's keep the ball rolling with gifts. As you all know, that I'm on a massive army build for Snailians, and Dean, when he did his big
well.
Melbourne trip, gifted
Oh,
me
nice.
a lunatic, the bad guys from Snailians.
Yeah.
So I needed this one. This was a well surprised gift. This is what I needed, and this is probably one of the hardest ones to get with his armor. So
Really?
yeah.
That's
This the bad guy. Yeah.
It's the only one we have.
Is it really?
So,
Yeah.
yeah. You never
Yeah.
see aliens. I love them.
Yeah, I think they're so cool. Like you said, like you never see them. So like, as soon as I see him now, I'm just grabbing them, and I'm like, you probably can see just up there. I've got a whole top shelf just dedicated to them. I've got like, I think like 19 of them now. I'm just like making a massive army.
Maybe
that-
just for those in the chat that might not know the Snailians, just what's a quick recap of the Snailians?
So
Isn't that-
Snailians, so the make of them.
Sorry, on the spot here.
Yeah, on the spot.
Yeah,
All right.
no,
So these are from like 1992. So just like when the turtle wave hit. So like a company in Japan or China, wherever, made a knockoff. They wanted to do their own little thing with the whole mutants. Snailians are pretty much a 8-figure line. You got 4 Snailians or 4 lunatics. They're pretty much aliens that are fighting these guys, which are the lunatics, which are ticks. So I'll take them out of the armor.
So there's only 16 in total, is there?
No, 8. So 4 good guys, 4 bad guys.
Oh, 8. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got doubles. I'll be buying.
Yeah, I got plenty of doubles.
You're army building, aren't you?
I'm army building. Yeah, I'm just army building, and I was also quality building too, because like a few of them, like they're 92, so they get scuffed and they don't look as good.
That's a clean one.
But this is a very clean one. Yeah.
From memory, they're just like a hard rubber, eh?
They are. Yeah. So they're just like a what do you call the battle beast rubber, kind of like that, like the hard rubber. Yeah.
They're quality. They are quality.
They are very good, and like they come with a little comic book too. So like the comic book tells all the story. Like there's a whole story behind them. Like they've got names and everything, and like there's a whole world called Snell Francisco. So it's like under San Francisco, and because the little creatures couldn't pronounce the Snailian's name, they named them after the American presidents. So like there's Lincoln, there's like Roosevelt, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but we were talking before, Dean and I, and like they actually had vehicles in mind to release as well.
Ooh.
So that would have been really cool to see. They actually did release vehicles, and that's when the topic came up about the Kickstarter or try and find blueprints or something like that to get them 3D printed would be pretty sick.
I say Dan's got a 3D printer. Just saying.
But yeah, so
better, but I'm not that
but yeah, I'm kind of addicted. Kind of addicted to trying to get the whole set.
Yeah, I've only got the one figure that I got in a random lot of stuff, and I was just like, "What is this? It's so cool!"
Yeah.
Andrew,
thanks for jumping on, mate.
Hey, buddy.
I'm just going to go down to Action Picture says Skree is going all in on Snailians. They are absolutely awesome. I used to have a bunch of these when I was a kid. He definitely brought the memories back. That's awesome because I haven't met anyone at all that played with Snailians as a kid.
I don't remember them.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
so
if I got him.
Actions from Canada. So he's
Got all
so
the
he
good
might have
stuff.
different. Yeah, all the
Yeah.
good stuff there. Yeah. We
And,
have back and forth. So he says that we have all the good stuff, and I said, no, you guys
No,
have all the good stuff.
definitely.
Yeah.
We have.
Do you have a
and
on
the good
card
stuff
box?
we get over here is a lot more expensive.
Yeah. What was that, Dean?
Do you have an on card, Stanley? Like, do you know what
I
the card back looks like on that?
I don't, but there is a few on eBay for sale. That's from like the States that I'm actually looking at. I'm just trying to, if I want to drop the coin, because it's quite pricey for a card back one. So I don't know if I want to drop the card back. So
There you go. Skree has made Snailians cool. Well, I've said to you, if you get enough Snailian stuff, like you could make your own little Snailians book, explain the
that's
history.
a really
and
good
all that
idea.
stuff going on.
I do like them. They are
Yeah.
cool.
They're really
You're
cool.
getting a lot of people excited. So Geek Strong saying Snailians, they look awesome. They look like they would go well with army ants. 100%, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Army ants are about the same size.
Mm.
So you have ants,
Very
ticks, and snails.
Yeah.
So yeah. And he wants them.
Yeah.
Definitely wants them. And look, he's just bumping everyone.
Hey.
He's loving it. Hope you're not driving. That's awesome, man. I can't go next. I can't top that.
Yeah,
You definitely could.
Come
Go
on.
for it.
Oh, I'll try. I'll show you something that I just picked up from the last Collecticon in Penrith, and it's this bad boy.
That is
So
cool.
it's the sewer party tube. So we'll cut that glare out. In box, as you can see.
How good is that artwork? Wait,
That's
wait,
so
go
good.
back, Dean.
It's so
Go
good.
back. Does it say? Really floats. I love it because I heard that shit doesn't. I heard they don't float.
This is from the States because it's got KB Toys on it for $4.99. So I was reading this on the back, and it's not the 1988 one. It's actually the 1998 one that came in. So yeah, they must have done a re-release right at the end of the turtle
Wow,
line.
I didn't even.
So
know
that that one floats then. The old one doesn't.
Maybe it does float then. This one really
Possibly.
floats.
Steel seal, but the reason I grabbed it is because I've got my original one. I've got that as a kid. Anyone that collects turtles knows that this little red band here that takes that net always snaps. The plastic just people do that with it, snap. So I've had a hard time trying to locate just that last bit complete.
Yeah.
So I thought, even though this is a 998, still the 9, it still fits with what I want and what I enjoy.
I was gonna say, if you needed that little crane arm, there I've got one in my toy stash, my parts stash. If anyone needs one, hit me up. Nah, but not the M bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that I've come across quite a lot in my travels, but still just that on the shelf, that takes me back because I remember I had that. Like I still have my childhood one. I had the box. I don't know where the box went, but yeah, there he is.
Hey Dino, have you got another box TMT item near you?
Another box TMT.
Yeah, I got a quick question. On that box it says party, but it's like on like a slanted word. Do the other vehicles do that too with their names?
Oh, I don't have that many boxes around.
Yeah, I don't have any either.
No, no, that's.
I wonder why they did that.
No, don't know.
I like it, but it looks cool. It's trendy.
Might have to look it up and see if that is the small piece of change to the box.
Yeah, because it'd be interesting if they did change anything on the box between. I didn't even know there was a 98 one. That's cool.
Yeah, but it has rotating party pump blaster and detachable foot net. And I remember playing with mine in the bath. It was awesome.
It's a good thing they didn't spell party wrong, right?
You reckon everything was just up? Was everything just like party something because it wasn't PC to have it as a battle something? Because I don't know what parties involve, front-mounted machine guns on a in a tube.
That's actually a good point.
Safety first, I guess.
So this is great here. It says figures sold separately, obviously. It says guns look awesome but don't really shoot. Okay.
Oh, really?
And then it just says some, not much, assembly required.
Not much.
Wow.
That's so specific.
Wow.
But yeah, sealed, perfect. She's complete. I was happy to grab that one.
That is a cool item.
I'll just catch up with the
Lover of the
what are we
tubes.
talking? Comments. Phil says Team of T tubes are my favorite. Hell yeah, they are. Some of the first. We've got Zazel in the house. Look at these
Hey,
handsome
Zazel.
fellas. How are you, buddy? Anyone else? Yep, Scotty knows the pain of that pesky strap. Have you got yours, Scotty? Did you find one eventually? Street Party 2, Mortal Party, and Phil's just over the moon at
Hey,
that
they all
set.
work. Party works with everything.
So yeah, I'll show something else.
Oof.
One, this is just a random thing. So I like collecting the He-Man, the Hercules, the Kevin Sorbo Legends. I'm just going to get it because I can't remember it now. So the Hercules Legendary Adventures with Kevin Sorbo. So I love collecting them because I watched it as a kid. I loved it as a kid, but I didn't watch Xena as much. But of course she was in there, so I picked up a really bad.
I love these figures.
Off-card Xena. So you can see pretty look, must have been Amazon, Nate.
Yeah.
But I just love these figures. So they're probably about 6-inch high. Their weapons are absolutely enormous. So it's kind of more of a display piece than an actual figure.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're an awesome toy line.
I was gonna say, is that the one where she it swings around? Is that what? Because it's a pretty heavy card, that one. Yeah.
So she does that, and that's what she does.
So it's got like a little weight on the bottom of it. So that's why it's so heavy.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I thought, I'm just gonna grab one just to have that representation in the line.
Yeah, nice.
Toy Biz. And who doesn't like Xena?
I found a show on Tubi that was from around that same era called Black Scorpion, and it's a pretty it's a little bit bad, but just the right amount of bad. It's actually pretty entertaining. I'm actually getting sucked into it.
I love Tubi. There's so much wrong on that thing.
Crackers, Tubi.
My wish list on Tubi is huge. All these B grade movies.
I've been using it to watch like the original cartoon of G.I. Joe and stuff. There's some really good cartoons on there.
Yeah, they got all of them on there. Heaps of the G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
Just going back, Scotty says that the search continues for his little strap. Zazel's mum actually gave him that pesky strap when he was being strapped. When are we
Not
getting
enough, I
Zazel?
think.
We need to get Zazel on here and just have a laugh. Love Xena. I love Xena. I was actually lucky enough to meet Lucy Lawless. As Phil says, Lucy is flawless. Yeah, she was great. Actually got a photo. Sarah and I got a photo with her.
You met both? You've met Hercules too, haven't you?
I have met Kevin Sorbo.
There you go, man. You've done the pair.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey?
She's not Aussie. No, Lucy Lawless not Aussie.
It's a joke that we Aussies claim every talented Kiwi.
Yeah. There's a talented Kiwi.
No, they're all Aussies.
Jesus.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, Phil.
Matt's saying this is a great toy line. Send a few to Phil to get him kickstarted too.
I remember watching that video.
Oh wow! Look at this. Gen X kids rewatching. This must be on Tubi, I guess. Neighbours, circa 1986.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Scott and Charlene, Mike and Plain,
Year I was
Jane,
born.
Super Broom. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. I'm not even going to ask you boys now. I'm just going to expect you to be ready to roll.
Just random.
Just randomize it. This is going to be
on the
fun.
big screen.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna do this one in it's like a free parter sort of thing. Well, there's three of them out here. So yeah, in our collection, I've got this. Well, I started off with the first TMT watch we got, and I thought I like the watches. They look cool. They do real cool 90s designs and that. And I'm like, why don't I collect a watch for every toy line we got? Like, at least have one example of a watch for if there is an example. So yeah, so I started chasing them, and it's starting to become a bit of an
that's
addiction.
cool.
Getting pretty expensive, but this is the DuckTales one. So yeah,
cool.
we got
That's
a
awesome.
fair few DuckTales stuff. Love the cartoon as a kid, love it now, and even love they've done like a remake of DuckTales,
Yeah.
which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it's really good. It's even got there's a Duckwing Duck episode collabed into it too, mid-season
cool.
in one of them, which just blew my mind. So that comes on to the next one. So that's obviously Launchpad. They've got some cool designs, these watches, man. They really do. And it brings on to the next one.
So there must be a page with
cool.
like all the watches collated that people know around the world.
Man, there's some amazing ones. Like the ones I'm chasing is Mighty Max ones. Because obviously we've got Mighty Max in the collection. We'll get a watch.
Yeah.
They're super expensive. Super expensive.
Mighty Max are exploding right now. Insane.
Yeah, you got to get on it
Playing
quick.
Scotty.
Yeah.
This one here is actually
so good.
a funny story. We obviously, as you know, we go to Collecticon like fairly regularly, and there's a toy guy there, part of Toy Tactica, Phil, and he was wearing this watch for like months, and every time I seen him, I'm like pulling cash out. Come on, man, sell me the watch. Sell me the watch. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't sell it. And I know what he paid for the watch as well. It was about, I think he paid about $70 for this watch or something. So I went to a Collecticon, a more recent one, and Tony B came out to me and goes, "There's a table with some Duckwing Duck stuff on it." Went over, $25.
Oh,
hey?
score.
How good was that? You
Nice.
know, and it's so this one actually the cape folds, so it closes
That's
up
cool.
on the watch, and yeah, so
That's awesome.
That's
super
sick.
stoked. Super
Can I
stoked.
ask, do these have batteries in them that are
Probably.
trapped?
Probably they're trapped forever and probably rotting the hell out of the thing. So yeah, it kind of sucks leaving them on card like that. But I think they'll have the little strip, and maybe that might save it for a fair while. Maybe I'm not sure. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But they definitely probably do have batteries in it. They do have, they do. So
Getting some
then-
love for that one.
oh man, that one. And the funniest thing is like how long I offered to buy this watch off him.
Yeah.
Like I think if he ended up saying I would have paid $100 for that thing, I was so intrigued in it. But yeah,
just for
got
those driving or listening. So yeah, DuckTales was the best. Very cool watches.
Yes,
I
love
Scotty's
that.
saying that's awesome, Dan. I'm keen on the Mighty Max watches, and they did make Skeleton Warrior watches too. Skeleton Warrior, such a
did
unique
that one in a
line.
watch, and I want to get it.
That would be cool.
They just
but,
made everything.
Yeah, on to the next one. We obviously collect dinosaurs too, the TV show. Everyone loved that show as a kid. Still love it now, you know. I ended up buying a special DVD player to try play a DVD I paid a fortune for, and you had to have your soundbar up fully to hear the sound. It was a bad idea. And now it's on a streaming service, obviously.
Yeah.
Tubi's actually got it. We're sponsored by them tonight.
I was going to say, if you're listening,
chuck us some free stuff. But yeah, so this one's dinosaurs. I was there and like, I had to have this one.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Is that another collection?
I like that. Even like the band is rocks.
Oh yeah, it's all like little rock. They done the band so well on this one. They really did. But yeah, so I'm a vintage watch collector. It's just obviously kids. And then
Vintage
that's
timepieces.
I'll see if I can get this one down. Let's go.
Just that action picture says that Darkwing Duck watch is absolutely great. I'm super
Yeah,
jealous.
it's amazing. And to see it, like, check it up on Google tonight so you can see how the actual band closes. It looks so good when it's closed. Well, not the band, the cape, obviously. So yeah, I'll just pull this one down too. May as well get them
Then he
all
hits
out.
us with. I'll just finish his comment, and then he hits us with a dinosaur watch. That's the one right there. You have a piece of gold in your hand.
Yeah, I'm going to cost you a fortune by looking at these tonight. You know that.
He's going to be just Google.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's one I've showed many a times before. We got it signed for my daughter by Kevin Eastman.
Yeah.
She actually won it in a raffle. We picked her birthday number and won this cool little watch. But the cool thing about this is it's got weapons it can hold.
That's cool.
I've showed it many times before, but yeah, how cool are those little weapons? And
That's sick.
yeah, you got everyone's weapon too. You got the whole set really, but you only got Mikey. But yeah,
So
definitely
good.
cool. Definitely cool. I actually got shown a watch that's coming up for sale. An Inspector Gadget one this week.
Ooh.
Ooh, that'd be sick.
Big money. I think it's going to be starting around the $300 mark. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm not in it for that. May as well, yeah. That's just silly, but yeah, they're very, very rare to get an Inspector Gadget one.
I've got a couple Toy Story ones, like Buzz Lightyear and all that.
Yeah,
watches.
I do have a Toy Story one somewhere around too, but they're pretty cool. But they're cool. Back in later on, I think in the early 90s, they really hit them hard by making them like, you look at that one, it's a turtle, it's a dinosaur, it's actually the duck. Then they kind of went into just making a watch with a screen picture behind it. Like we've seen it Collecticon recently, they did a couple like that, and it just hasn't got the same feel for me. Like I don't know if I'd collect those sorts of. It's got to look pretty dope like that. Yeah,
and it's got to be on card by the looks of it.
No, I do have some loose ones. We got obviously Indy's got this one, so we've got a loose Mike Angelo for her recently to wear. So she rocks around the house with it. It was like $10 or something I paid for it at Collecticon. But just because obviously she got it on card, I would love to take them off card and put like adult bands on it to wear to a Collecticon. I'd never do it. You know, it'd just be cool to kind of use them, but I don't think I will. There you go. That's the Mikey one we got.
Yeah, that's cool. So they flip up.
Yeah. I think I've got. I don't know where I've put them. I've got about another 4 loose ones without straps.
The poor old LCD screen's toast, but it still looks cool.
Oh, they're cool as like. Imagine like wearing that as a kid, you know, like.
I'm just liking Phil saying pizza dude's got 30 seconds. Can you imagine opening the door to the pizza man and being like, you're late on my
I love it. That would be cool.
This guy's got his own watch.
There you go.
He's got a Buzz. That's actually a watch.
That's awesome.
So cool. I love that thing.
Phil's saying I've got a Shredder one.
I don't know, man. I just got a marketplace.
I love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
You're good at that.
What is a Shredder watch?
I didn't know there was a Shredder one.
I think I have seen a Shredder one. It's his full body.
Hey Phil, Instagram post this week. I want to see that Shredder watch, please.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah. I never knew that. I've never even heard or seen of it. I thought they did the Turtles.
Yeah, same.
Oh, actually, no, they did. So they did do Sewer Surfing. They did the Turtles in Disguise. So they did the Donatello in Disguise or whatever it is, the Sewer Surfing, the Samurai, and the Space Cadet Wrath. They did them in watches too. But they're rare. Oh, cool. Very hard to find. But, yeah. Watch talk.
Wow.
Sorry,
awesome, man.
Love it.
We probably could have done a whole episode on that.
Could have done, just do watches. All right.
Was your puppet your show?
No. He's just chilling in the background.
Phil is saying we'll post it up tomorrow. Might be a bit of a different company. Might be one of those booties.
Ooh, I love a booty.
All right. Well, I'll go next.
All right.
So I've been collecting these guys, the Troll Warriors.
That's cool.
So cool, dude.
Yeah. So I did start collecting these, but I had them all loose, and I didn't even think to collect them with accessories, and then I came across there's 12 in the set, and I came across I think it was like 6 of them with all their accessories, like literally just off card back they were. So I got them, and I'm like, you know what? Let's start 2025 and hunt for the rest of these with their accessories. And I'm doing pretty good. I think I'm down. I got 2 left. I got 2 more to go for their accessories. But yeah, so
Nice.
Is that
this
a
is-
rare
this is-
one, Skree?
no, this is just one of the bad guys.
Okay, I've just never see that one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was actually lucky with this one because he has 2 accessories. So he has his white staff there, and then on the other side, you can see he has like a little golden sword in his sheath.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Look
Yeah,
at that
so-
white hair too. It's perfect.
Yeah, so like a lot of them that I've got, I'll show you another one. Like I'll tell you about the sword. But when I went to buy this one, the sword was missing from wasn't in the photo, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll hunt for the sword. It's probably going to be like a nightmare trying to find it. And when I went to pick it up, yeah, it had the actual sword sitting in there. So I was like, that's even better. I was like, that's
Hell
a bonus.
yeah.
But this one
Who
here,
made,
like
who made these ones?
was it Tycho?
Tycho.
Yeah. And like just like look at the hair on that one. That's like
That's
it's pristine.
Look at the weapons. They're huge.
Again,
Is that a
again, you're
two-piece weapon?
Hey,
Does that blue piece come off the weapon?
it does, yeah. So when I done
cool.
research, I saw that and I was like, oh no, another piece that I need to find. And luckily it was on there. So yeah. So these guys actually come with like a tattoo as well. So you get like a little image and it's like a stick-on tattoo.
Oh, what?
So that's pretty cool.
I have to give you a shout out. You're collecting lines that no one else is, making it so much easier for you to get. Like you got the Snalians
It
going on. You
It
got the
really
troll.
is.
Yeah, but he's making it expensive for us because we're seeing these cool lines.
Now everyone in the chat is Googling trolls and stuff.
Yeah.
Those
see,
accessories are amazing.
The accessories are really cool. Like they're absolutely like you said, they're massive.
Detail.
They're massive. Yeah, they're massive. The one that I need left, Fanta. No, one of the Inventor. He's got like a massive backpack. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna take forever to get him. So yeah, so I got two more to go for their accessories, and like these are 1992, 93. But yeah, like the condition this one is in, it's like I had to put him in the cases. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put him in a case. So I'm
They
like,
are clean examples, dude.
they are. They're very like I said, the 6 that I got were like literally come off card back like a week before I got them. I was a little bit heartbroken when they told me. I'm like, oh, I would have bought them card back, but they took them off and they were loose collect.
Better, man.
You just said 92, didn't you?
92, yeah, 92 and 93, yeah.
And Matt's saying that the acrylic cases, that yes, they are designed for the vinyl pops.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I sort of like culled down my pop collection. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put them in the case.
Smart idea, dude.
But like they fit perfectly in the case because it's not too small, not So
what have you
like,
done with them? Are you standing up, or you got blue tack holding them up, or something like?
No, they're just standing there like free by themselves. Because this one, I guess the weapon is touching the front. It's holding it up.
Oh, okay. Is it? Wow, that is a big weapon.
But yeah, so that's why all of them are like that. The weapons are massive, and they're like, there's all different colorways too of the weapons. I went down a rabbit hole and saw like sometimes there's like a gray one, a red one, or the crossbow, and it's cool. But yeah,
are you going to collect the battle trolls?
No, yes, no, I don't know. I don't know.
The other ones too. The stone, isn't it? Stone? Is it stone protectors or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
That's the one with the vehicles I was talking about. Skree.
Oh,
I muddled them up. Yeah.
Well, because like going down the rabbit hole with these guys, I didn't realize like this is from like the trolls. You know, little good luck trolls and all that.
Yeah.
So they did a crossover with this guy. So they actually did a figure of him in that style of the good luck troll things. So he came from that sort of. So you can get a figure about this big of this one of Olaf, or whatever his name is.
Cool.
But yeah, they're really, really cool and really detailed figures too. Like it's just incredible how good condition they are. But like you said, Nate, you find some with some pretty crazy hairstyles over the years.
Yep. Or no hairstyle.
No hairstyle at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guide them out. That's cool.
Action Pictures said, I had so many trolls when I was a kid. I had all of them except for maybe 3. So great to see these today. And yours are mint. They really look good. Because, yeah, you did say a few came off loose card. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
that's like another weapon there, accessory.
Oh, what?
Oh, wow.
That's a crossbow. Yeah. So this is a different colorway one. So the one I've got up in the case, it's a red bow with a gray arrow. Whereas you can see, this one's a grey bow with a red arrow.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So
they got confused in factory.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Matt's saying, great choice, Skree. Toys over pops any day. Thanks for dropping in, Scotty. Have a good night, mate.
That's cool.
These trolls always remind me of Ernest Scared Stupid and the old lady that lives in the junkyard.
Dude,
with the hairstyle, yeah.
That is hit the hat. Yeah, that's good.
Wow,
that's cool. I like them.
Very cool. That's awesome. Oh, look, you're on it. No, you're not. Mr. Nate.
Skree told me I had to show some of my customs.
Yeah, but no spoilers. Boo.
No spoilers. But this is my latest project that I've been working on. I'm doing Wild West themed Motu figures. So it's the Masters of the Wild West. This one's based on my buddy Adam from Go Figure. It's been a pretty cool project so far. I've nearly got the next video kind of mostly ready to go. It's just it's tricky putting them together, and I'm editing the videos as I go, and I'm like, this video is kind of getting a bit long. So do I cut it here, or do I like finish the job, kind of thing? Cool. So the next accessories that will be his hat and his gun. And there'll be some more accessories.
Material. That's material.
Yeah, check fabric. Had to make a pattern and sew it up. So.
Dude, you done well with that.
So I know you got two or 3 videos on him.
Yeah, so it's taken up to episode 3 to get here. Which when I started, I figured it would be like 1 video per character, but there's a lot that goes into them, and I was. I could skip a lot, I suppose, but I did want to show the process, hoping people can see that you can do shit. Like, I'm sorry for cussing, but you can do stuff. You don't have to be like really, professional or great at it. You just have a crack.
I've watched them all, so recommend everyone in the chat go check out the few videos that are already out, because he sculpts everything. Like Nate's sculpting the whole head, doing all that detail. Like you said, the cloth pieces you're making and doing yourself. The body again. Who was the body?
The body was bits and pieces. I think it was. I can't even remember who it was now, but they were all different colors. I had to repaint everything, but that's the head that I sculpted for Adam.
And then that's obviously.
On screen, I accidentally sculpted Phil. So I was because I literally had practiced that first sculpt, and I thought, okay, I'm happy enough to do that on camera now. And I did it, but what I didn't do when I was sculpting the first one, I had a picture of Adam there, so I had something to reference to. When I was doing that, I was just going from memory, and obviously I'm not a professional at this stuff, and I think I didn't get the eye quite right, and I kind of squished it a little bit, and then it sort of changed the whole shape of the face. So I'm like, it was like Phil now.
Phil saying it's a big improvement.
Man, that's a talent. That is a talent right there, dude.
Yeah, like that.
It's going to be the head that I made Sergeant Spike off for Zazel.
That was such
Oh,
a good figure. I love that figure.
Yeah, it's great. And like I've got like spare heads here that I've cast as I've been going, because I always intended to make like, you know, 2 of them so I could have one for my shelf, and I just never get around to actually
Never
making
happens,
stuff for
eh?
me. Yeah.
Can I just say, from a viewer's point, your videos are not too long, because I watched all your 3 videos as well, and I'm always disappointed when they end. I'm like,
Yeah,
I just
they're
love
great.
watching the process, and it's like it's so good. And like even when you sit there and you say, I'm not a sewer, but here's a vest, and it's like, what? Wait, what do you mean? It's like, you're not a sewer. Like you just did that so well. But
Well, it
yeah,
helps that
definitely, man.
it helps that my wife is like a pro at every craft on the planet. So I got some advice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So really, she's behind the scenes in the Retro Tinker videos.
Yeah.
You throw your hands in every
I'm
now
just
and
I'm just the face.
then.
Yeah,
There you go. I love it.
Well,
Teamwork, man. Teamwork.
that's it, man.
yeah. Well, it's good. It's good to know that they're not too long. Actually, I got to try and keep them around 20 minutes because I edit on it's on my old phone now, and if I try like anything like 25 is pushing it, it just won't actually export the video.
No,
Yeah,
I
so
love
if
how you do that.
I can like save the file, I realized I can save the file onto iCloud and download it onto my iPhone. I think 15 now, and then it'll export it. So this is a bit of a workaround. Yeah, it's a bit of a technical stuff is annoying. What else have I got? This is
they
one of
look
my
sick.
first.
A few people are saying faces are hard to draw, yet alone sculpt, Nate. So
Man.
congratulations. Making your own toys, how cool is that? I'm like, you could start your own little Kickstarter and start
Well,
designing everyone.
it is a goal of mine eventually to start making my own stuff from scratch, even if it's just little figurines or something. That's something I'm hoping to do in the future. We'll see.
You've
Goals,
definitely
mate.
got,
Kicking
you
goals.
definitely got the gift of it, so why not?
Shit.
Yeah, I
And,
got
like,
a lot of plans for customs. I want to do a series of GI Joe ones.
yeah.
I had my brain just like decides things after like one little incident. And for the GI Joe ones, it was we were talking about GI Joe Night Force, but I had a slip of the tongue. I said Nice Force. So now I'm like, I have to make Nice Force. So it's like, it'll be all customs of the GI Joes when they're doing nice things, like for a charity thing or something. You might get like a Cobra Commander, like in a pink thing with a breast cancer awareness thing on his chest or something. You know, like maybe do stuff like that. Plus, I've got some really beat up figures that someone at some point, like a long time ago, you can tell has painted them different colors. So I was like, I'm gonna restore them to the way I like as best as I can to what I figure that person was aiming for.
Nice.
And yeah,
That's
so I thought
cool.
like that would be sort of an easy way to start Nice Force. But since doing my Motu stuff where I've got figures based on people, I thought maybe I'll start make some figures that are based on people that I know. As well. Maybe try and do a few custom head sculpts and things like that as well. I've got some Turtles customs in mind that I want to do.
What about these Fright Nights?
The what? Sorry,
We've got a pre-order from Gen X. Putting in a pre-order for Fright Night figures. aren't they just a mush of things?
I'm not sure what they are.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Please explain.
Tommy, hello, Tommy.
I love it.
Hey, Tommy.
You do a good job at it, mate.
He says cool customs.
Thanks.
And Matt says we like how your brain thinks, Nate, because normally your videos reflect your thoughts, and it's totally entertaining.
100%.
Oh, good. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Yes, this was one of my first customs that I did. I had a bag of broken GI Joes, and this guy, he obviously was missing his hand and his foot. I was like, how am I going to fix this in a way that doesn't affect the rest of the figure? Like, I wanted to try and keep all the original parts that I could, but also do a custom. So
You get a lightsaber.
yeah, he's got a lot of attachments. He's just a cyborg with a big, like a nuclear powered backpack. Yeah, so he's got a plasma saber, a saber. It's got like a big plasma cannon that goes on. Plus, he's got a robot hand that I sculpted. The knife here actually slots into that arm as well, and he's got a little a robot foot as well that I made. Yeah, and I aged him up. I gave him grey hair, and I made this little mask that comes off. And gave him just like the 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, nice.
That's super cool.
Yeah. The little laser eye.
Customized, I wouldn't know. That's so good looking.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. So it was that was a really fun little project, and yeah. So like restoring things and fixing things is all good fun, but sometimes like the customs really tickle the creative part of the brain. And this here is like an original character. His name is Goop.
Goop,
Goop, like not like soup.
That's so cool.
It was just something I made for some fun many years back now. And there was another character that I had called Zombie Bob. I was literally just sitting at the table talking to my wife and my mother-in-law, and I had a bit of Sculpey in my hands. And next thing I know, I had this like little, it looked like a very happy zombie face. So I made him a body and everything. He's in a box somewhere because Sculpey's really fragile. But I wanted him to have a buddy, and so yeah, he was Goop, and so he's basically he's got the intelligence of like a fairly dumb golden retriever. And
gotta love backstory. Love it.
Yeah, and he basically just eats trash.
I can see a whole line of these.
Rust effect you did.
Well, I do have sort of an idea for a line of these, and that's probably what I might get started with when I do make my own figures. They're just going to be called Wasters, and it'll be like
it's good.
I've got a bit of a story in mind. It's sort of like ripping off like kind of poking fun at Fallout. So it'd be like the people coming up out of vaults and that, and basically just straight away getting mugged by raiders and whatever. And there'll be there's going to be a town that's in like a rubbish dump. There is going to be I've got the idea. I want there to be like a really fancy city that's like clean and pristine, but the inhabitants are mutated cockroaches. And they think that like the people living in the trash is disgusting. So I've got like a few sketches and drawings and things, and the characters most of the stuff's in my brain because most of the ideas I have I don't do anything with. So hopefully,
like that.
I do something with these.
That's great work, mate.
That's super cool, man.
I just want to go back, and I do apologize. I missed this comment a while back, so thank you for popping it back up. But it's for you, Dan. It was loving all the glow-in-the-dark zombie boglins in the back.
That's the wipes.
I wasn't lucky enough to grab these ones. They are super cool. So I'll just make you big piece. Just show us one of your boglins, and I just want to catch up a little bit on.
Dude, yeah.
Sorry. Well,
you're right, dude. You're right.
Nice Force. Nice Force is definitely a great name, Nat. So you're getting a bit of love.
I've already got a logo made and everything.
Oh, nice.
And look, if this time slot works better for everyone, then yeah, we're definitely Skree and I are always talking about jigging things and just being a bit more open to it.
Cheers for doing that for us too, fellas.
No, we didn't. No.
Oh, come on. Now these are the wifes, man. She's the big boglin collector. Like I like them. I do own I own them all anyway. We share our collection, but yeah, she's the one that's big on these. And yeah, these were hard to get. They were pretty limited numbers. So
is that the whole set of glow in the dark ones?
Yeah, so we've got every re-release. She went pretty
She was-
crazy with them. We even got one that's like signed by the original maker and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they when they
Another
did the bat, they did so they did glow in the dark. They did normal ones like the normal sort of boglins, and they did the glow in the dark. Actually, the glow in the dark was I think after the bat boglins, but they did ones with bat wings too. And when you bought the 3 of them, you got a chance to pay a little bit extra, and you get a signed one. It's just a shitty signature on it. It's nothing too impressive. Yeah, so they're definitely cool. If you ever do get one, the plug to pull out them off the actual box is the biggest pain in the ass. They're so tight, and then you got to use that plug to put the tail on them, and then yeah, they're a prick. I have noticed with some of the newer ones too, they are cracking. So that's probably another.
Does it show you? Does it show you on the back the others, or is it?
It shows you like a whole. So the Boglin's always done like a family sort of tree. So it show you like all the different. So really, like this one here, we have him in a different form. Up the God, hold on 2 seconds. Up the top there. So one of those ones is actually this glow in the dark one.
Well, there's a question here when you get to it now that you've shown even more.
Okay.
How many do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Just picturing this like wall of like pop vinyls.
But 6, 18.
While you're counting,
we're at about 30.
Wow.
Wow.
Like the new ones, I think the new ones only went to about 20, 22 or something like that. But and then there's all the little mini ones. I'm not going to count them because I'd say we're at 100. But yeah, they're cool boglins. I do like the way they work. The hand puppet side of it's pretty cool.
Did you say they're degrading already?
Yeah. So the early, like boglins never learned, man, and it was really the toy company picked them up wasn't really the greatest toy company to be honest. I think Mattel has them now. They bought the licensing to them, so fingers crossed they do something better. But the original ones they did deteriorate. These new ones are actually slightly cracking in certain parts of them. So you're getting like little splits. I've only noticed it on 2 of them so far, but I haven't unboxed a lot of them either. They've all been stuck in their boxes.
Yeah. That's sad.
So I've always seen boglins around. Like I've always seen them, but were they like a cartoon or like a comic or something, or just a bigger line?
I think it was I think the dude who did them, Tim Clark, he had something to do with the Henson Studios because he had to do with is it Willow, the film, or one of those one of those Henson movies. He had a lot to do with those characters, and then he started doing these boglin characters, and he had a backstory to them, but I don't think I have heard there was like a movie maybe, but I've never seen it. I've never seen anything to do with it, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But they do have a backstory, and yeah, some of them like the early ones had horns, the originals, and a lot of the new ones they re-released, they dehorned them to make them different a little bit. So yeah,
nice.
Nick's better to ask about that sort of stuff.
Go get it. Action Picture says I have all of them ones except the zombie one.
Yeah.
Dino says I love boglins. I had 1 as a kid and 3 as an adult. 1 original and 2 reissues. Oh, a nice reissue. I wonder is the condition of the original ones pretty bad these days, or are they made with good quality? You reckon? So
what the originals? I'd say the new ones haven't got sticky, but the originals used to get sticky. Like so this is an original here. And to be honest, I hated the originals because the colors were freaking terrible, like shit green. But yeah, so they, they've seen better days, but it's not too bad this one. But they do get sticky, and I don't think they really cracked too much. They just got sticky. If you left them in heat, obviously it's going to shrivel up.
Yeah,
but, different.
Matt's saying I wouldn't walk into my toy room if I had one.
You should see ours at night. Like when you turn the lights off, because I've got so much glow in the dark shit. Yeah. It's just boom. Like I got obviously this big fella too. This is one of the customs that I've done more recently. and he at night,
That's
mate, it
super
looks
cool.
like it's
So cool.
it looks like it's nuclear. You know, like it's. I'd love to be able to turn the light off. I can't really read it. But check out my
Well,
Instagram. This thing glows like you wouldn't
Yeah,
You've
believe.
got him
that's so
up.
awesome.
I'll come back to the chat. You've got him up. Tell people what you got.
Yeah, so I had an idea of like I like doing customs, but I'm not at the level of Nate where I can sculpt faces and stuff like that. So I thought I've got 3D printers, and I bought the 3D file for one of these. I'm like, well, I don't want to do a normal size figure of it because then I may as well just buy the figure, you know, like it's just not the same. So they never did the giant Universal monsters. They did the giant turtles. So I'm like, let's just make a big one then. And
Hell yeah.
went from there. And I did say to myself, I'll do at least the first wave of Universal monsters. This was about a year and a half in the making. So like
wow.
my issue is, and probably Nate's got a very similar issue. I've got easy 20, 30 projects going. Just like some will be in sketch form, some will be in 3D modeling form, some will be even starting to print, you know, like I printed this one only 2 nights ago, and this is the original concept of Pizza Head. So
Oh, nice.
Pizza Face, sorry. So yeah, so
That's so cool.
this might take me 2-3 months to paint, but it will just sit there on the back burner. I've just got one of those. My brain kind of works like that sometimes, where I just have too many things going on, and if I don't get them out there, they get backlogged, and then nothing happens. So
Yeah.
I eventually might do the rest of the Universal monsters, but yeah, see what happens. But definitely was a cool project, a good learning curve when I first started it, because if you do notice with the original figure, he's a bit more of like a yellowier tinge. But this is actually glow in the dark PLA, the 3D stuff you print with, and so I got like you can actually see on the head. The head's a little bit more of a different color. I ended up getting like a yellow glow in the dark paint also to try to make it more of the original color, but it just didn't work out. So I ended up just keeping him completely naked and just went, that color will do.
You've done amazing with the job, Bart.
It's pretty good. Like you can see, since then this is my first 3D printer was a PLA, like the normal 3D printer, and now I've got into resin 3D printing, which that head's done with, and the quality is just 10 times different. Like you can see like layer lines in these sorts of prints, but I don't have a resin printer is never going to print this size of figure. Like you can, but it's a silly market to get in to get us to do that. And yeah, but like this, just the shell alone, like the actual center part of the body, the chest piece, I think it was 23 hour print. So
Wow.
all up, I think that was about 60 hours on the printer. It went pretty, because that's giving. I think this arm failed about 5 times, and luckily the body never failed. So that
Did you
was
do the
one
magnet arm?
Pardon?
Did you do the magnet arm?
No. So with this one, I didn't do any magnets. This one's actually got the wrist and that are actually glued, because I did do magnets, and it couldn't hold the weight. The magnets I was using.
Yeah.
So with the smaller figures, they do work. It does have articulation there, articulation on the legs. So they're just like a normal sort of like peg joint.
Like if you held it back from the camera enough, no one would know that wasn't a little tiny normal turtle.
Where we go. Let's see if we get normal.
Is the thought pattern to make the 4 brothers, or were you just going for the glow in the dark?
Well, I did want to do all of them. Obviously, holy shit.
There we
go. Phil will love that one. But yeah, so I was gonna do all 4, and obviously this one is the one that glows the most. The rest are kind of more painted, which they would have been a hell of a lot easier then, because then I could just smooth it. I could use stuff to smooth it out because I was painting over. This one I had to really sand back a lot of parts. But I'd love to do the rest. I'd also love to take a tackle at trying to do a big invisible Mikey, because I'm now starting getting into printing clear resin prints, so transparent ones. So I'd love to do that, but I just don't have the 3D file for that. I've got 3D file for like Leo, Donnie, and stuff like that to do, but man, it's a big job, and like I said, you start one project and then you start thinking of other ones, and then they just keep going, mate. Never
So,
stop.
so Matt's asking about the files. Are you creating your own STL files?
So I have created, like, I've got one of my projects that I'm doing now is created completely from scratch. I did the characters too of our actual Instagram page. So
yeah, very
the
cool.
only thing on these that is a 3D file is the Adidas shoes. I really couldn't be asked trying to 3D sculpt them. So, because I wanted them to look pretty legit, because that's kind of like the thing. Me and my wife always have those sorts of shoes.
They're so cool. I like them. They're so cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
And then so I pulled two of those out and I showed up my daughter. First thing she said, she's like, "Where's mine?" And I'm like, that was a proud moment really for me in a way, because I was kind of like, she gets it, that sort of thing. So we ended up doing her. You got a little one with blue ears.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah.
So them ones there were pretty much, other than the shoes, were completely from scratch using 3D software. Getting a lot better with it, but it's one of those things that, like, I don't know. It's not like, you can't say it's like riding a bike. Once you know how to ride a bike, you get pretty good at it, But on that 3D software, man, you walk away from it for like a month, and then you got to come back to it, and you're just like, what hotkeys do I press to do this? And it's really confusing. But yeah, it's fun. It keeps me going.
Zombie Hunter's saying 3D printing is all in the prep to what features you get. So yeah, it's kind of like any sort of painting or crafting. Like, it's all about that prep work beforehand, and then
100%. Resin is so much better, bro. Like, resin, you pull stuff off. Like, literally, this came off. That came off the printer in that quality.
Yeah, wow.
Like, it's not even sanded, nothing. You can even see, like, you can see where I pulled the supports off the bottom there. But
it must save so much time.
The thing is, you put the daughter to bed, and then I'm a night owl, mate. I'm up to stupid hours. So
True. Action Picture says, I'm absolutely loving this turtle. The fact that it glows in the dark, it's blowing my mind. I'm a huge glow in the dark guy. Anything glow in the dark, I have.
Let me try. Let me see.
He doesn't even care if it's a Barbie. He'll have it.
It's not really. Nah, you can't really tell.
Go back further.
Hold it.
So good.
Did anyone? Did you guys see the glow in the dark real Ghostbusters re-release figures?
Are they doing the Ecto glows?
Yeah,
the Ecto glows. They're doing them, but I was so angry. They're doing them as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Oh, really?
So you got the already exclusive.
Glow in the dark Ecto 1 and one other vehicle, all glow in the dark.
Oh, they're doing the vehicles.
Yeah. So a glow in the dark Ecto 1. How cool is that? And it's a stupid exclusive.
Wow.
Which means if
we get lucky, they might, like, I think they said that it'll all be sold at San Diego Comic-Con, and whatever's left over then goes to retail. So hopefully Australia gets some, because that would be awesome.
That
is cool.
Mate, exclusives sell out every time. But if you really want it, just quadruple the price and buy it on eBay in an hour after that.
Like, that's the kind of thing, like, I could easily live without. But I'm not going to pay like exorbitant prices for something. But if it was readily available, hell yeah, I'd buy that.
All right, Dean. Figures.
I'm gonna stick with the turtles, because that was a nice little segue, and go back to gifts. So a gift from Skree for my birthday. Didn't get to see him on the day, but he gifted me these a couple of weeks later, and these are the 40th anniversary. So these are the new turtle figures. They're redesigned in the original comic book look, but not in all the red. So you've got your Donnie. I'll just flick through them quickly for you, just so you can see them all.
So
Here's
cool.
the Leo.
Their tails.
Yeah. Are they tails?
Tails.
So if you don't know, they had the tails, just here when they originally did it. When they brought out the first figures, the tail looked a little bit
Phallic.
interesting. So they cut all the tails off. But for those that don't know, all the turtles in the original comic were they were black and white, but when they came to color, they were all red. They all had red bandanas. So you could only tell them apart from their weapons. So this was really
original font too. That's cool.
So really nice representation of the where it all started. So by Playmates Toys for the 40th anniversary. So yeah, the front cover of the original comic book. I just love these. And
Cool.
I think Skree, you said there was another version, or there were two versions.
Yeah, the sketch version, so the black and gray version of them.
But just that little bit of battle damage on the chest.
I'll see if I can grab one real quick. I'll show you.
Yeah, man. I'll show you the side. There's the side there. So you can see them all. You got that really stubby foot stance that they had.
To be honest, how a turtle should look, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. And all the weapons they're color coded too. Well, not all of them.
They done a good job.
Not Donnie's. But yeah.
Oh, Donnie missed out.
Donnie
What's
did
that?
miss
So the green part's like a stand, is it? Like a ooze? Sort of?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a little well, I don't know actually. I don't think so. Oh no, they've got back plates. They've got back plates. So each of them come with a bit of the sort of the road.
To build the scene.
Yeah, so that's the sewer. So
yeah.
So it looks like Mikey's higher. So yeah, Mikey's got this little box.
Yeah.
So you can build that cool scene.
Yep.
So yeah, I think these are this year. Yeah, last year, 2024.
2024, yeah, no. Yeah, that's the sketch version there.
Let me check you over for a sec.
So as you can tell, I'm a sealed collector, so I don't open things. So, so yeah, that's what they all look like there.
Oh, so it's got a sleeve that goes over the box.
Yeah, so it's got a sleeve that goes.
Version.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I like about these boxes?
Bad boy, what are you doing, man?
Because it's got a cool you can stack it and it displays the picture as well, which is really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, so you can actually have the picture.
That's only on that Chase variant, is it? Skree?
No, it's on. I think is it on the ones you got too, Dean? Do they have a
sideways there?
No, it doesn't make a picture on that one.
Oh, okay. So
no, because you haven't got the sleeve. Sorry, it's on the sleeve probably.
Yeah, it's on the sleeve. Did yours come in sleeves?
No, mine came in a box.
This in a box, yeah. These came in the same box, similar to that, but yeah, obviously these ones have sleeves on them.
You got a shipper box. I just want to say hi to Go Figure.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, Go Figure.
Hi, mate. How are you, buddy? Appreciate you dropping in. Just make sure no one else. A lot of comments while I'm talking. Sorry, guys.
Adam.
It also came with a comic book. So it's the IDW. So it's a one-shot, number one in one issue micro series comic book that you got. So
that's cool.
Yeah, you got all that in a little box. I love it. Thank you so much, buddy.
Skree. Knocked it out of the park with that one.
I'm still waiting for the comic book turtles to show up in my area. I've been looking for them non-stop. So you guys get more than we do, I swear. So that's Canada.
It's funny though, because these guys came out release for pre-order way before the colored versions, but we got the color versions here way before these. So I think I pre-ordered these. I think I waited 6 months for them, but the colored one came out first. I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy the color ones as well then. Yeah. So yeah,
that was such a marketing tactic, man. They did.
It was
because the white ones, they look amazing, Skree. But I reckon people would have went, it's not right. It's not the colored turtles, you know.
Yeah,
and that's why I reckon they did that for, man. Because it's so weird why they did it.
Yeah.
And it worked with you, so there you go. Amazing. I love it.
Action saying he's actually after the black and white comic book versions as well, but he's happy that we picked up both. Matt saying, nice, Dino. Sorry I missed. Who made these 40th specials. So they were Playmates. They were just Playmates toys from Nickelodeon, straight up. So
Playmates spent some coin on them.
definitely. Now I wanted to show this one from my collection, which again is a new one from NECA. But the reason I want to show it is because I absolutely love the Phantom. So this is the NECA Phantom figure from the Defenders of the Earth. So you can see on the back there all the figures you could have got from the Defenders of the Earth, which was a
cool.
what was it, late 80s TV or mid 80s cartoon comic book series, I think before that. But
that's cool.
I'm showing him because I've never opened him, but he sort of opened himself. The sticker came off, so now I get to open him. But in 2 weeks, I actually go to meet Billy Zane at Sydney Supernova. He's going to be there, and I haven't met him before, so I'm going to get a photo, and I'm going to take him along with me. I'm going to open him up, and hopefully he'll hold him in the photo. But along with that, and this is from my childhood, it is, and it's the only finger it kind of fits on, my Phantom ring.
That's so cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
nice.
I had them. That was so cool.
Yeah, I had one of them as well.
And the piece ring as well.
So it's the Phantom's mark when he punches someone. It leaves the mark of the Phantom. But big solid.
They were,
metal chunk, and I can't believe it's still hanging around. But he fits my pinky just like that. So
that's super cool.
If I don't do the toy, then I'm definitely gonna represent maybe. See if he'll hold it or something like that.
Keep your pin pan strong.
Definitely.
Dean, do you remember that candle that we saw at Collecticon, the Phantom candle?
Yes. Yeah.
That when that melts down, there's 2 rings inside of that, the 2 Phantom rings. I've always wondered if it's those rings or it's the original, like the movie replicas. Because the movie replicas are a smaller ring.
Yeah.
What is the little figure off to the side, Dean?
That's Zuffy.
I mean, I don't know Phantom. I'm ignorant. Sorry. That's cool.
So it's kind of like these guys were doing like their own little sort of like, I don't know, what do you call, like a Avengers sort of team up.
Yeah.
So Lothar, Mandrake the Magician, Flash Gordon, the Phantom, and Ming the Merciless. So
I love that.
They all had their own thing going on, but they all teamed up. So there is a cartoon you can watch. But it's probably on Tubi. I swear.
Probably.
That NECA logo on the back too. They've even made it look like a vintage sort of look to it.
Yeah, it looks like the Galoob logo.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like how they've done that. They've really made that back of that art look 80s, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. Such a cool figure.
Yeah. So I wanted to show him just because got the opportunity to meet him. And getting the opportunity, hopefully.
When's that been? 2 weeks, you said?
Yeah, not this weekend. The following. So in Sydney. So Adam's saying that's a sweet get to meet him, get him. Sorry, I just fumbled all that. Get him to sign it. You know, the funny thing is, I do have his autograph. So, short story about the year I got married. Went on my honeymoon was the same year as Adelaide Supernova. And this was a few years ago. So, my dad went over and he actually got a signed. I don't have it here, but I wish I did. He actually got a print from an Australian artist called Stuart, and got him to sign it. And he does this. He does the little ring picture. He does a little skull on there, and he signed it.
That's
and
cool.
Yeah, Dad gifted it to us after our honeymoon period. So that was pretty cool. But my wife Sarah, she loves, like, probably her second favorite movie is Titanic. So Billy Zane in that. Yeah, I think we'll get a double meet and greet on that one. Zazel says, "Bring back memories."
I happen to know Zazel's memories. It's a very special time. That's his story to
tell. Matt's saying he's asking me, do I have any of the vintage Galoob Defenders of the Earth figures? No, I do not. I have seen them. I saw them up at Newcastle Collecticon, but the prices for those were just too much. Even the prices for the NECA ones, like I'm just like, oh, come on, man. Action picture is saying great Phantom figure. They did a really good job with this one. All right.
Cool figure.
I'm gonna let Skree have another go while I have a drink.
Right. I'm gonna show off some good old tech deck. We haven't had tech deck on the show for a while, so thought I'd show off some tech decks. I'm sort of collecting the collab lines. So that's like that's a Sonic collab. They release a whole bunch of images on them. So anytime I'm in the good old shop, Kmart, always run and grab the tech deck collabs. Remember you talking before, Dean? That's like the screwdrivers and all the extra pieces and everything. So
yeah.
What a little square things, Skree.
There?
Yeah.
There are little stickers. So there's stickers you can
Okay.
whack on the boards.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've been doing like
back in the day.
yeah, like a SpongeBob, Santa Cruz sort
mad.
of collab. Yeah,
So-
they released really good ones in that one.
I like that one.
And then like just like standard. This is what I wanted to say, which is funny because Tech Deck have their what they call the common, uncommon, rare. You know what I mean? This guy here is an ultra rare. I went to a Big W and there was no kidding, like 20 of them on a rack. And I was like, how rare can that be? Or how ultra rare can that be when there's 20 of them sitting on a rack? So I'm like, okay, unless all the 20 that were made were on that rack.
Is that the company saying that there's only one per shipper box or something like that? Or is it
So
just saying they can't find them?
so it's got a key on the back, so it tells you like which ones are rare. So it's like almost like a marketing ploy to go out and try and find them.
Freak out and go buy more.
Yeah, but they kind of are like hey,
maybe it was a situation like when the Masters of the Universe cartoon collection Teela came out. It was a hard to get figure, right? No one could find them. There were a bunch of them in my local Big W. Yeah, so I had no problems getting one. But now months later, after all the stock kind of caught up, now they've got nothing but Teela and Evil in. No matter where I go, it's just Teela and Evil in.
But yeah, I love the art on them though. Just the art is sick.
It is cool. What's on that board?
So I think that's like a center point tower, like a tower.
Ah, okay. I thought it was a hamburger for a second.
Yeah.
They
They did the collab for, was it 2024, the Paris Olympics, or was it 23? 24?
Yeah,
Paris Olympics.
24, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was and then of course I've finished the Tech Deck Skate Crew Series 1 as well. So there's a lot to collect in these. I can't remember the actual number, but yeah, so you get like double pack. I thought I was finished because I grabbed the single packs and I got all the 7 in the single packs. I'm like, sweet, I'm finished the series, I'm done, happy with it. But yet I found the double packs, and the double packs are different to the singles. And then of course
playing cards there too.
They're really nice, like really solid too.
Yeah.
But super bright too, like it's a fluoro pink.
Is this like a nostalgic pickup? Like you play with Tech Decks like back at school?
Yeah, so I remember my brothers used to always have Tech Decks, so they were big skateboarders, and I couldn't skate to save my life. And they used to have Tech Decks, and I'd always try and mimic what they're doing with the Tech Deck, and still can't do that either. So I'm out of luck for that. But so I was like, you know what, I'm going to collect them and keep them sealed. And then like I thought, why not go like the vehicle route as well?
Dang.
So I got the Ultra School Bus, and it fully folds out to be like a full skate ramp.
Dude, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I thought it was cool. I was like, you know what? Like, I always see vehicles with figures and all that stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grab a sort of like similar thing, like a vehicle for the skate crew, which I thought was pretty cool. Like you said, the box is sick too. Like, it's super colorful.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There must be a Tony Hawk line for this as well, isn't there? Like,
yeah, there's like all the skaters. Yeah, there's heaps of collabs. Like they do so many collabs. I've just been doing like the like the nostalgic cartoon ones or like the Nickelodeons.
Yeah.
They did the turtle. Like I think you see at the back there. There's like a whole
Right,
line up
yep.
there. There's like a whole heap of turtle ones up there. They brought them out.
Nice.
But no, they've just been fun to collect. Like it's just a little, like off the hook thing to collect.
What are
And
they
it's like-
worth now these days, tech decks?
Like around $6-7 for like these
That's
guys.
not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. And then like most of the time they go on clearance anyway, so you can
You
pick
get
them up for
clearance.
like $3-4. So it's like you grab a
Yeah.
whole bunch.
It's something we talked about before we started the show. It's fun to actually go into a shop and buy something off the peg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You don't get that much anymore.
No. I love
yeah.
seeing when Skree does it because, like, you probably do it the most out of all of us. Like, you buy a lot of the modern stuff, and I love it because, like, it does show that people do still go out there and they can chase that. Like, you're chasing those certain ones, you know, like where I'm trying to chase a bloody 20, 30-year-old toy. It's impossible. But I see what you mean, man. You go to Kmart, you can look up on the shelf and you're like, oh, I'd love that, but someone's just wrecked it, and
Yeah.
like, they
Yeah.
don't look after them on the shelf sometimes. So to find those mint ones, it's pretty cool.
But it definitely is that though. Like there is a culture of it where like you do see a bunch of people going into these shops and getting their Hot Wheels and their like the tech decks and stuff. And it's you see people just rummaging through the bins of Hot Wheels trying to find the treasures, and it's still pretty cool. They released one now. It's a Godzilla line they've just released, and it looks absolutely sick. I can't wait to. Hopefully they hit shelves. So a lot of the times you see a lot of these. They post on their socials, but it's always like in the States.
Yeah.
So when you see him here, it's like got to grab him as soon as you see him. So I'm fingers crossed I can track down the Godzilla line because it looks amazing. Like it looks really cool.
That's cool.
That would be sick.
But they've done a long stretch too. Tech decks was like early 90s, was it?
Definitely early 90s, yeah, for sure. Like they've been around for quite a while.
I had them in high school, sure.
Yeah.
Matt's
I think they did rollerblade ones too, didn't I? I know they did scooter.
I might come back to that one, Matt.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they've done like we spoke before. They did like rollerblades and like they did like all different kinds. Yeah, so they've even done BMX bikes as well.
Yep. I think I do remember them. Yeah, cool.
Yes, I remember them. What else you got? Any other new stuff?
Yeah, so as Dan was saying, like I've picked up the How Do You Train Your Dragon, like the little figure line that they've brought out, like the 4 in this set. This I was talking to Dean before. This is really cool. This figure, it's like super detailed. I think the camera won't pick it up, but it's like super detailed. The eyes. It's like for $15. Can't really get that. It's actually a really good figure.
What company makes them?
That's a good question. I don't know. But see, it's got Spin Master, but isn't Spin Master just a distributor?
I'm not sure.
Yes, I'm not sure because like I got asked that question too when I did a video of it, and I'm looking around and all I can see is Spin Master, or it says from Universal or DreamWorks. So I'm not sure who actually makes them.
We need a poll.
Yeah. But yeah, there's like four in this set at the moment, and there's like the other sets and stuff you can get, like bigger ones.
But like this stuff, the shelves for the movie. The movie's there for what, 3 weeks to a month, maybe. So that's your time frame to collect all that, and after that, you miss out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you don't see it again. Yeah.
Matt's saying they're so tempting.
They're very cool figures, and
dragons.
They're very cool.
I need a segue to me. I just want to show some comments. Gen X was saying dealing with Hot Wheels collectors at work all the time. These dudes are hardcore.
They are very hardcore. They are.
They're animals. Some of those Hot Wheels dudes are just animals.
They're out of line.
They're made by Spin Master. Same with Bugglers. Used to be made by Spin Master as well.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Thank you for
Good
that.
learning.
And just this question from Matt. Was it you, Skree, who recently picked up a couple of vintage Star Wars figures?
Wow, Matt, call me up, mate. Call me out.
Is this happening?
This has happened after our Star Wars episode. I didn't have a Star Wars figure. And now I've got 2 figures.
What are you doing to him?
So I got the Jar Jar.
That's
There's
got a
no
little
inf-
card reader thing.
there's no influencing here at all.
Not at all. And look at the card. It's beautiful. It's straight. It's clean. It's definitely staying sealed. Okay.
We'll put it this way:
Good
if you're gonna buy one figure to start a Star Wars collection, then Jar Jar is the one you want.
Jar Jar is the one I want.
Good
And then
question, Dino. With that figure that's got the little card thing on it, did you have to buy that reader separate to then whatever?
Yeah,
that
so-
reader.
Yeah, so that Comtech
Ah.
reader, you had to buy separately. It's actually designed on something they used in the show that was really small, and it's actually it was a female's Gillette razor. So if you
Oh
don't
yeah,
really-
his little
razor,
communicator
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So it's a bigger version of that. But the great thing I remember at Toys R Us, and you just unlocked the memory, was they'd have one in a console, so you could actually take the figures up and you touch it and you'd hear it talk. And I think they
That's
only do like 1 or 2 lines, but it's the actual voice recording from the movie. Like you got, so they were really fun. Like I had a blast with them as a kid.
Imagine
Yeah, so
finding
many
that
of them cool.
storefront console these days. If like someone's actually got that out there, that's cool.
That's something.
I know.
something
I'm sure it
I
is.
love about. This is something I love about Star Wars. Is like the amount of set pieces and props and stuff that they use. It's just like regular everyday stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. There was a torch that they used in The Mandalorian or something that people figured out. Oh, I can buy this on Amazon. Then it was like this hot item that had to be had. No, you can get this torch, and it's the one from the movie or the show. It's like sometimes it takes me out of the movie a bit. When I remember when I saw episode 7, and then she's going through the market, and there's a bunch of like people selling like spaceship parts. I'm like, those aren't spaceship parts. It's just a pile of torque converters.
Yeah, that's what spaceship parts were.
Yeah.
Just want to go back to Adam Go Figures answer. So Spin Master is a Canadian toy company.
Oh, okay, cool.
Phil watched the original Dragon movie with his daughter on the weekend. It's still great. I know. I reckon that'll be a good live action one. Geek Strong Dino said, I picked up How to Train the Dragon toothless popcorn bucket yesterday, and my son and I are going to see the movie in 3D and D-box motion seats. It's going to be
super jealous. Super jealous.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That'd be so
I just want to show one more line that I got out, and it just matched when you're talking dragons. And then I'll come back to you, Dan, for just one more quick round before we wrap up. If you've got anything, if you don't, that's all right. But this is a line that I've been trying to collect, and I never find at all.
Oh,
cool. And yeah,
Dragon
I can go on eBay and hunt it, but I want to hunt it down.
Yeah.
So Dragon Heart. So you've got awesome Sean Connery voicing the dragon, and then you've got the perfect representation of Dennis Quaid. In there. These figures aren't fantastic. There's a lot of parts that don't really match the size of the figure. And the figure is, I think, 4 points of articulation. So 2 arms, neck, and waist. That's what you get. So those legs are pretty much in their sort of posing position.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely love that.
I love it's the 90s card art.
Yeah.
So I've only been able to hunt 2 down in like 4 years, I think.
Yeah.
So this is Cara. I can't remember the actress that played. What was this for? $1.
Yeah, wow.
It was marked down from $2
to 1.
It was a good movie.
To 1.
I remember getting flogged on TV a lot, that movie, as a kid after like a couple of years of being out. It was a good movie,
but I will give a shout out to Matt from Keep On Collecting, because you do get 3 dragons there. And when I first picked one of these up, Matt was generously enough to, I think, give me this dragon. He's up there. I didn't get him down, but yeah, he gifted me that dragon there. So
cool.
Kenner figures. All right, cut that glare, and I'll just pan him. But like Yeah, not a big line. There you go.
No,
There you
wow.
go.
Yeah, so cool
Five.
though.
Pretty full on line, but when you look at what comes with the figures, eh?
Heaps of like
Got little
battle, like catapults and things like that. But
Yeah, well, I
it's
suppose
just-
that you're taking on dragons, not
Yeah,
people,
you
so
don't
they
want-
can have big weapons.
it's pure 90s when you're looking at that.
Yeah.
And I can see like the movie wasn't humongous.
Hmm.
I think it came out at the same time as another dragon movie. Damn, what was that other dragon movie? Anyway, yeah, that was just one I wanted to show.
Rain of Fire.
I like it.
I just, yeah, I love that. A lot of my stuff's been carded tonight, but it's so good.
Oh.
That's love. If you got nothing, that's all right. Hey, we'll go to Nate. Your turn.
You
Nate.
ready for this one?
Well, No,
Here we go.
back to Dan.
Back to Dan.
All right, Skree's turn.
Back to your street. Now back to Dan.
Sorry, guys. They're hard to get to.
Matt's saying he thinks he's completed the dragon heart.
I'd buy that for
Cool.
$1.
I'll buy that for $1.
All right. So these ones are. I loved this cartoon as a kid. They only did 4 figures in the line, still chasing the 2 bad guys. Near impossible to find, and then we had to get these from Italy because you just do not find SWAT cats in Australia.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
So,
that was so
yeah,
cool. That was an awesome cartoon.
It was
Yeah.
amazing cartoon. It was a really good SNES game too. Ended up playing it
Mm.
recently. I actually really liked it. But yeah. So funny story of these. When I first bought this one actually it wasn't from Italy. This one actually did come up in an auction in Australia, and I bought it. And I had it in the collection for months, and I've been looking at this one, and I this was more my favorite character. You had now I'm forgetting the names, T-Bone and Razor, and this one was one of my favorites, and especially with the figure, I love the green on it, the glowing sort of look. But anyway, so long story short, I was sitting here one night, and I'm just looking over at the collection, and I'm like, seeing this green straps, and I only owned this figure, but I couldn't see this figure. So I'm thinking to myself, for months now, have I just been totally oblivious and I bought this figure and I've been searching for this figure and I've already got it? And mate, my brain it's rocking. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Little be told, my wife had bought me this figure as a surprise and removed this figure from the cabinet and just put that one back in its place. It was literally in our cabinet for at least almost a month before I even noticed,
No
and then when
way.
I did notice, my head almost exploded trying to figure out how I'd not. You see the shit wife studio, like they're lovely people, but they're sending us crazy very
It's
slowly.
amazing she was able to hold that in for so long and just
Yeah.
not go,
They
"Look."
can't be,
Mate,
they can't be
really
too
good
nice
at
to
it.
us, or else then we'll expect it.
Yeah, true. So, yeah, they're definitely, and they're made by Hanna-Barbera, which is a different one.
nice.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a
Yeah,
solid figure. They're hefty, boy. But yeah, definitely an amazing cartoon. Very cool figure. They did have weapons. I don't have the weapons for them. I don't
You
know.
said
if I'll-
4 in the line.
There's 2 more. So you got 2 more like bad characters. Like I think it was like a dog. I think they might be both dogs. But yeah, they don't really. If you've seen them in like a tub, you probably wouldn't know they're out of SWAT cats. You'd have to know what the figure looks like. They just doesn't. They don't look like they're really meant to be together in my eyes. But very hard to come by. Like I said, this guy had to come from. I've never seen one of these in Australia. They probably have been, but I think it was from Italy. A lot of SWAT cat stuff
I've never
in
seen
Italy.
them.
So definitely cool.
I've never
But
seen
yeah.
them.
No, you don't. And I thought they would be eventually something I'd have to try 3D print to get them in the collection, but yeah, got them.
That's
So
awesome.
good stuff.
All right, Nate.
Well, I hadn't been planning to show this, but it just reminded me. Dino likes to collect his popcorn buckets, and I
wow.
picked this up
Oh, dude,
in a
that's awesome.
shop years ago for $1. And like popcorn buckets aren't something I necessarily collect, but it was just too cool to leave there.
I've never
Yeah,
seen it.
it's just been, it like floats around my toy room because I never have a like a proper spot to put it, and I've just had like a half full bag of plaster of Paris sitting in it that I use for a project.
My wife adores that movie.
It's my favorite Disney movie. I watch it once a year.
The cartoon series was fun too. Yeah, it's really cool though. I could never find any information on it, like Greater Union Theaters.
Yeah,
I don't think. I could never get any information on it, and I could never really find another one. But yeah,
That's cool.
so you're gonna get it's Dino from Geek Strong, but you're gonna get to international popcorn buckets now.
Yeah,
there's a rabbit hole.
If you want it, hit me up, dude. The other thing I was going to talk about when Dan mentioned the sticky boglin, these 2003 turtles, they stink to high heaven. Have you ever noticed? And I thought it was the oils leaching out of the plastic. That's what it normally is, but it's not. It's the blackwash that they use on it degrades, and that's what really stinks. And I didn't even realize that they actually had that blackwash on them. I just thought these were filthy. So I've gone to town cleaning them up with the isopropyl alcohol and a toothpick, and I've got it out of all the grooves and everything. And then at the end, I found out, these things are supposed to look like that. But actually, I like them better all cleaned up. Like I don't need my figures to be artificially dirty. They're old enough to be dirty by themselves.
I have to say, I have a few of them, but I haven't noticed any smell.
Yeah, maybe yours have been better cared for. I don't know, but like every single time I've found some of these figures, they reek and they'll stink out the whole toy room if you don't clean them up.
Are they feeling weird, or is it just a smell?
Nah, not anymore. When I got them, they were feeling, they were very sticky.
Okay.
But it was all around the joints where all that blackwash has pooled.
Yeah.
And then once I started cleaning it, and I realized like you can scrape it away with a toothpick, and it just comes off in big gobs. Like the paint itself is just breaking down. It must be some oil-based paint that's just disintegrating. And when oil products break down, that usually isn't a very pleasant smell. Yeah.
I'll just
just
say hi to Ronnie. Saying,
hey Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie.
Where did you guys find this Nate fella?
And the only other thing I actually had set aside is this awesome Hot Wheels Masters of the Universe. My friends gave me. We went to our good friend's place for dinner a couple of weeks ago, and there's like, "Oh, we got you something." And he comes out with this, and I've been looking for one for ages.
Nice.
And never found one, but yeah, he found one for me.
The pop series are so cool.
Some of the paint jobs on Hot Wheels, some of their paint jobs are amazing.
Yeah, it's just like you could easily have seen a van that looked just like this in the 80s. That airbrush work. Yeah, it's so cool.
The sticker on the back window, "Don't laugh, your daughter's in the back," or something.
Yeah.
I think there's a semi going around the a Motu paint job. Just back to that smell. What does it smell like? Because that's really keen to find out.
Just
breaking down oil.
Yeah, like old oil. Like if you've ever pulled the sump off an old engine or something, it's just it's a very, like Dan would know, he's a mechanic. It's just a really horrible.
Does it say like a varnishy smell a little bit sometimes because you get
varnish, but not clean. Like it's definitely
not mine.
Not lickable. Not lickable.
It smells like me on a busy work week.
Yeah.
you know the smell, like when you open a new figure back in the 90s, you'd smell it and you'd be like, it's a good smell.
Yeah, it's literally basically it's the complete opposite of that. It's like it's the flip side of that smell.
I had a massive.
You take your stuff off card.
Yeah, but I had to put up with that smell for quite some time. This turtle and a bunch of others I got in a massive lot off Marketplace. I thought I was buying like a small box of random toys. It turned out to be a giant like basket, like a full toy box full of it was mostly turtles and Fisher Price rescue heroes.
Yeah. Get rid of the turtle.
And they originally had like $60 on it, and I was like, oh, I like it, but I don't need to spend $60 right now. And then it's sat there for weeks. So I was like, I sent him a message. Would you take 30? Oh yeah, okay. If you're happy to pick it up, yep, sure. And I get there, and the dude's like gets out of his car, and he's like, got this big basket, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff. And it took me days to get it all cleaned up, like around doing other things. Yeah.
How many liters of toys
cool.
do you reckon it was? No.
Like these awesome like bunch of the dino turtles from that.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, they're cool.
That's very cool.
Latest
That's
series.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like freaking sick. And like this thing, it walks, and I'm like, where do you put the batteries? But it doesn't have batteries. It has a rip cord, so you rip it out, and then the legs start moving.
That's cool.
Yeah, so no
Wow.
batteries needed, and the rip cords are with it, and like all these things, they're really well looked after for the most part. I've got like a big Raphael in a big mech suit out of it that I'd never seen before. Like you know, I couldn't ever imagine a scenario where the turtles would need themselves a mech suit, but like, look at this thing. It's so cool.
That is sick.
That's sick.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
it's probably like the best $30 I ever spent, and it's a lot of work to try and fit it in. Like if I hadn't have got these extra shelves in here, they'd still just be sitting in a box, I think.
But even for the 03 line, and it's not a line that I collect, but I always look at. I've never seen either of those items.
Yeah, but like I only had a couple of the figures that had shown up in random lots. Like I wasn't actively collecting them, but now I've got like a pretty decent collection of them in one hit. Like dinos that came with them and everything. It's just
wow,
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
One day they'll be hunting them down.
You're right, Dino. You see so many that you've never seen.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank you, Renee. That was awesome. I just want to go back to a question here. This is for Dan. Why does one have green and one have pink on those SWAT cats?
What did he say? Was that what he said? Why?
No,
I think he means the other two figures, is it?
One have pink.
One doesn't have pink on it.
No, one doesn't have pink on it.
Oh no, it does. It has red. Yeah. So I think that was just to tell the difference because I really don't remember the green in the show. I thought they both had red. Could be wrong. Don't hold me to it. But I think it was just so you could see the difference, even though they are totally different molds. But yeah, I have a Google it. I might see it, but I honestly can't remember.
Yeah, he meant red.
Yeah.
So yeah. Boys, that's 2 hours. That's been a bloody flying blast. Like
Yeah, does it?
So yeah. Skree, always fun hanging out, mate.
Always.
What do you got coming up?
What do we have coming up? We've got so much coming up. There's like you said, we've got Supernova. We've got more Collecticons. We've got Collect Fest coming up in August. So many things to go through. So many things to do. More hunting to do. And saving money, which is kind of a drag, but yeah.
You're right.
I'll just say, if I didn't get to one of your comments, I want to thank everyone that was in the chat. Apologies if I didn't get to them all. There was a lot going on in there. Want to thank these two legends down below, Nate and Dan. Go check out their Instagrams. You saw their amazing customs that they do. So the boys have definitely got the customs. What do you call it? Crafting. I don't know.
Craft.
And if you are rewatching this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It does help.
Always good. But yeah, go check out those boys. Nate's also on YouTube, so go check out his videos as well. Skree, you know where to find him. He's just everywhere. But no, thank you, boys. That was exactly what we wanted. We just wanted to talk toys, show toys, just have fun with toys. It's what we love. So appreciate you guys coming on.
Oh, thanks for having us. It was good fun.
Nah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
It was
no
awesome.
worries. We will do it again next month, everyone, with a new live stream. So until then, we'll catch you.
Take care, guys.
Ciao.